All right, what's one thing you can do for free that's going to likely help your health? And so this is something that most of us do every day, but a lot of us don't utilize this. And this is just a way that we breathe. Now, normally we take shallow breaths, kind of through our mouth. If you just take the time, a few times a day and just take a deep breath through your nose, hands on your waist like a Superman pose, take a deep breath in. Blow up your belly, you belly breathe, you diaphragmatic breathe, and then you blow it out through your mouth. Do that, 10 times or so. What it will do is drive things into a more parasympathetic state, which has a whole host of benefits to include, obviously reducing stress, but also things like lowering your blood glucose. People that do this see an average lower blood glucose based on studies, and there are a host of other benefits to this. So try that out.
That is some very gay, retarded advice.
Just something I typically see about people that hate on the carnivore diet. There's a couple of types. One are, the vegans, obviously, you can kind of largely ignore them because they're largely moronic, based on their moralizing, moral superiority, whatever that is. But the other group are the so-called, the healthy, balanced diets people. And I often hear this. They say, well, you don't need to go on an extreme diet. You don't need to go on a fad diet. All you need to do is, eat a balanced diet, cut out junk food, and you'll get the exact same results. And that's all you need to do. And I've seen this over and over again. The problem with that particular argument is that the vast majority, with rare exception, of the people that have used carnivore to put their autoimmune disease in remission, to lose weight, to put their mental health disorders into remission, put their inflammatory disease into remission, have already tried the healthy, balanced diet. Either they were unable to stick to it, or it just didn't work for them when they did apply it. So this advice...
The idea that somebody can't lose weight while adhering to a caloric deficit is absolutely retarded. Please explain to me how somebody can actually apply healthy dieting principles and not lose weight. Just retarded. It's always a matter of adherence. As long as the diet is an energy deficit, you're going to lose weight. Impossible not to. So what he's saying here is complete and utter horseshit.
To tell people that, the only reason this is working is because X, Y, and Z are in a caloric deficit or something like that, is just not reality for these people.
What? Okay, so yeah, he's going to, some people can break the law of thermodynamics. All right.
I've tried this. And, again, for those people that hate on the diet, the question I have for you is, do you just not like seeing people getting healthy? Is that something you are opposed to? And all this speculation about long-term outcomes.
Yeah, getting healthy, eating steak and butter, right? You're telling me. If somebody came out with a Twinkie diet where you eat nothing but Twinkies and people started losing weight and stuff, would Shawn support the Twinkie diet? Like, would he, say, oh, yeah, well, some people, the only diet they can adhere to is the Twinkie diet, and no other diet worked for them? Get fucked.
That's all it is. It's merely speculation. Oh, you're going to get cancer. Oh, you're going to get heart disease. Oh, you're going to shorten your life. There's no evidence anywhere of any type.
This guy's going to get a heart attack, and then, he's going to have to eat those words.
That you can rely on to make those predictions. It's all extremely speculative. You can say, well...
No, it is not extremely speculative. If you eat like shit and drive up your cholesterol score, you are far more likely to get a heart attack.
Red meat has been associated with colorectal cancer in the context of a Western junk food diet. Well, so fucking what? It has nothing to do with this particular...
No, red meat is just associated with colorectal cancer. This is true cross-culturally.
Pattern of eating. So the metabolism is completely different in many ways. And so to say that you can rely on our, again, nutrition science is largely a very weak science. Particularly.
Oh, it's a weak science when it disagrees with you, but as soon as you pull up a study that you can lie about and talk bullshit and like just not represent the results accurately, or if somebody makes a Facebook post, oh look, this is proof the carnivore diet works. But oh yeah, when there's study after study after study, meta-analysis after meta-analysis, oh yeah, red meat's associated with heart disease, diabetes, cancer. Oh well, this is just speculative. Some random fucking bitch makes a Facebook post saying they lost weight on carnivore diet. See, this diet works.
For making predictions about the future, right? So if you are
Absolute fucking clown, dude.
You're on the carnivore diet, your LDL will or can rise. And we've all been taught that high LDL means we're going to die of a heart attack. And 2, it means you must get on statins now. So let me explain that one.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So, for instance, the average American is pre-diabetic. Most people have after a certain age, have some level of hypertension, chronic inflammation going on. They might have this so-called dyslipidemia, high triglycerides, high LDL cholesterol, low HDL. That scenario, yeah, that LDL cholesterol is clearly going to be compromised. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be atherogenic. Oh, you have that group where, in that situation, anything you can do to help their cardiovascular risk out is going to help. Lose weight, take a statin drug, lower your cholesterol. Why is there LDL?
So he's admitting LDL is atherogenic now after coping for so long.
Cholesterol high in that situation. Well, I'm full on a cellular level. My liver is full of glycogen. My cells are stored full of fat. I've got body fat everywhere. I'm just full of energy. All that energy that I've been eating is now stuffed into my body. All my cells.
You're talking about stored energy, not up and being ready to go for a walk.
Right. So I could potentially use it, but I keep eating, and the liver keeps making cholesterol and fat. That fat has nowhere to go anymore. So now it's going to circulate more in higher and higher quantities.
Okay, this guy doesn't understand how saturated fat and cholesterol raise serum cholesterol. Like, all you have to do is look up a Google article.
Well, let's contrast that situation to, I'm really lean, I'm active, I'm also on a low carb diet. So what happens is now the energy that's stored in my body is really low. I don't have a lot of liver glycogen. I don't have a lot of fat stored in my cells. So now what happens is the cells are saying,
oh my God. He's talking about lean mass hyperresponders. These are people with a very unique phenotype. They're very rare. So there's lean individuals where if they're on a low carbohydrate diet, their cholesterol goes up. Nobody really knows exactly why that is, but that's not your average individual. The reason people's cholesterol is high on a carnivore diet is because they're consuming high amounts of saturated fat and cholesterol.
hey, I'm hungry, feed me. I need some energy, right? So where does it come from? It comes from the liver. The liver says, well, we don't have a lot of glucose we can give you. But guess what? We got some fat we can chew over your way. And so that's what drives up the cholesterol.
That's only a hypothesized mechanism. Nobody knows why that's actually happening.
In fact, there was a recent study, a meta-analysis was published in January this year by a friend of mine, Adrian Sotomoto. That they looked at 41 randomized controlled trials. And they did a meta-analysis and they asked the question, what is predictive of high LDL cholesterol in that situation? And what they found was, it wasn't how much saturated fat or anything people were eating. That had kind of a minor effect, right? The biggest predictor was how lean the people were. So if they got really lean, their cholesterol went up. And for the same reason we talked about, it's called the lipid energy model, that their cholesterol.
Yeah, no. The leaner you are, the lower your cholesterol is. That's why, like, athletes, soccer players, runners, like any lean athletes, they tend to have lower cholesterol on average. This is just retarded.
Was being trafficked from
so he's just lying.
The liver to feed the hungry cell. So there's two different reasons. One is you're so stuffed full of energy that the energy has nowhere to go. And so it's just sitting in the blood, versus you're starving, your cells need energy, and your liver's trying to keep up with it. So it's trafficking all this cholesterol around.
By the way, even if that was true, high LDL is still associated with higher risk of heart disease. So regardless of the mechanism, why your LDL is higher, you're still at higher risk of heart disease. Just not like that is not important. So he's just, again, making another argument for why the carnivore diet's a bad idea. That guy is just an absolute retard. Okay, I am